Rock Slide. Okay then. Today, I'm going to be showcasing my top cut San Diego Regionals team that I used to go 8-2 in the rounds of Swiss Day 1. Let's showcase the team and see how it goes. This is the team I used to top cut the San Diego Regional Championship. It features 2 strong modes and a Gholdengo or Hydreigon setup utilizing Intimidate from Tauros and Pollen Puff Amoonguss as support, and it also has a fast mode with Choice Specs Glimmora under Tailwind as a wall breaker. If you would like to know more about the team and the thought process behind making it, you can check out my team builder video and the details of the team that'll be linked down below in the description. Dondozo, Tatsugiri, the Sylveon, Hydreigon with Meowscarada and Palm mode. Okay, definitely an interesting version of this kind of team. The Amoonguss is going to be really necessary here. They don't exactly have the best Amoonguss answers, actually, now that I think about it. Like, I can just spore pretty freely against their team, and that's kind of what my goal is here. So I think I'm going to go with something like Amoonguss here. I think it has to be like Terra Flying on the Dondozo. Like, I just don't see any way it's not. Soak Tatsugiri lead with Meowscarada could be a bit of a problem, though, so I do have to watch out for that. So I think I want to bring Amoonguss. I want to bring Hydreigon for sure. I want to bring Talonflame and Tauros, I want to say. Which I think are my best options in this matchup. I don't really like Gholdengo too much here. Hydreigon, Dondozo plus the Meowscarada is a little bit difficult. I think I want to go with Amoonguss. What do I want to go? Amoonguss Talonflame is okay here, I suppose. It's not bad. I think I'm going to try it out, actually. And then in the back, Hydreigon and Tauros. Yeah, I want the Intimidate. It's going to be kind of tough. The Sylveon is basically the problem with what I'm bringing. I would have really liked to somehow sneak a Glimmora in. And if it's sub Sylveon, then it's a really tricky matchup. But otherwise, I should be okay. I just don't know who I'm going to tear yet. I think I'm going to tear my Hydreigon, but it's not confirmed. We're going to see the Dondozo Meowscarada is a completely okay lead. Okay. Because I lead Talonflame plus my Amoonguss. This is a pretty safe lead, I'm pretty sure, because I can just go for a Spore into the Dondozo. If it's not Safety Goggles, then I can go Tauros right here. This could be like a try to go for the Terra Blast immediately into my Amoonguss. And if that's the case, I'm able to get the Spore off pretty safely. And I'm not really like threatened by Meowscarada right here. So I wonder what they're going to go for. They could go for Protect Knockoff, but I don't feel like that's worth a Brave Bird risk. It looks like they go for a U-turn. Okay. It's Choice Banded, which makes sense on this kind of team. Does a lot of damage. Are you sub on the Dondozo, I guess? Because I feel like you might be sub on the Dondozo if you're making this kind of play. But you are intimidated at least, which is good for me. Okay. We're going to see. That's not Tatsugiri. What is it? It's the Palm mode. Okay. No Sylveon, I think. Rock Slide. Okay then. I'm very okay with that. That works out huge in my favor. Cool. I'm going to go for Pollen Puff into the Palm mode, and I'm actually going to go into Hydreigon here. I don't know if this is the double shock. I could see them trying to double out into Meowscarada here because Meowscarada is pretty threatening. Maybe they switch out to Dondozo for Meowscarada though. So I could have actually made a better play, but I think this is still okay. Like Hydreigon in is pretty safe here, unless they close combat, which I didn't think they would. Yeah, they went for a double shock, which is cool. Okay. Because Hydreigon takes that really well. They use up all their electricity, so they can't go for it anymore, but it really doesn't matter. I'm really expecting like close combat or something. I'm going for the Pollen Puff here to break a potential Focus Sash. Okay. I think this is an opportune time to just start Rage Powdering. Yeah, I like the idea of just Rage Powdering because like the left side is vulnerable to Brave Bird always, so I should just be able to get a Rage Powder and Focus Energy off pretty safely. Rock Slide Dondozo. What the heck, man? Rage Powder. Don't be Safety Goggles on the Palm, but they're usually just always Sash for the Revival Blessing. It is going to be the close combat. Okay, cool. It'll tank that just fine. And Dondozo, do you wake up here? Because that's a big question. Hurt by the Rocky Helmet. Focus Energy going to be set up on the Hydreigon right here. So now we have guaranteed crits into the Dondozo. They do wake up though, and they are able to get a Rock Slide, which shouldn't really do that much damage. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go for a Rage Powder, and we're gonna go for a Draco Meteor into the Dondozo right here. They can Revival Blast, I guess, the upcoming turns, but I mean, at this point, like, almost not doing anything. It can't Revival Blessing just yet until I actually pick up a knockout, which is pretty big. And if they can't break through my Amoonguss, it's a problem for them. They could switch out. Ooh, they could switch out, go to Masquerada. I should have thought about that. Okay. No, they go out in a Tatsugiri, which is completely okay for me because I actually think I just set up the game-winning position here. Because Choice Specs Draco Meteor, you have to be extremely bulky to live this, and Rockslide not KOing me here with my Hydreigon, for sure. I could have Terra for safety, but I'm pretty sure I just lived one Rock Slide, even at +1, because it's not even like a stat factor here. They do go for a Rock Slide here, like Rock Slide Dondozo. What the heck, man? Okay. Do not flinch. I get the Draco Meteor off pretty big. Yeah, I just KO the Dondozo. And now they can't fuse again, even if they get a Revival Blessing off with the Palmo. So I'm in a very, very good spot right here. It should be probably the Palmo coming in. It could be Masquerada. Flower Trick is actually pretty hard for me to switch into. But Talonflame is going to come in eventually and start doing damage, so I'm very happy about this. I probably just protect Hydreigon Sakamungus if the Masquerada comes in. And if the Palmo comes in, I'm willing to risk my Tauros right here, I think. Because I'll just switch out into my Tauros right here, because I don't need the Intimidate anymore, and I could just protect my Hydreigon. Because Hydreigon could still put in some work with the Draco Meteor in endgame, especially with Tailwind next to Talonflame, so might as well just go for it. Like, I really don't care about Revival Blessing at all. I also want to scout for what the Tatsugiri is going to lock itself into, which I think is probably going to be Muddy Water here, but we'll see. This could be Muddy Water or Revival Blessing, but that's all right. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Icy Wind. Okay. So we cover his Choice Scarf because it has to be Palmo it. So Icy Wind. Did they double the Tauros slot? I guess is the interesting question. But if they double the Tauros slot, that's fine. I just Brave Bird the... Yeah, like, this is okay. Like, even if they get the Revival Blessing off, it's not really a big factor right here. I could probably just switch into Amoonguss on the Icy Wind close combat and just go... Yeah, I think that's probably it. I'm going to go for the Draco Meteor into the Tatsugiri with the Terra and just go for the swap in Amoonguss, because this should always be double shock into a Icy Wind here. And if I get the KO into the Tatsugiri, then I get Talonflame Tailwind up and I think I win. So let's see here. Because I'm pretty sure with Brave Bird should be good enough. They Terra their Palmo right here for the... Oh, the double shock. Okay. So that's all right. As long as they didn't target Hydreigon, but I really don't think you let Amoonguss get a Spore off potentially. So... Or you don't let the Tauros get a close combat off. So we'll find out here. Hydreigon gonna Terra for Terra Steel, so... Because I didn't need my Terra at all. Brave Bird does not do anything. I guess, like... No, Brave Bird does do enough damage, and I just Flare Blitz to Palmos is no longer a fighting type. Icy Wind, we do see it land on both right here. And Double Shock KOs the Amoonguss. It's... Did I get... I did Intimidate the Palmo, and I wonder if Amoonguss survives actually here. Double Shock comes out. It's going to target down my... Yeah, okay. I was about to say, if you targeted my Hydreigon slot, I'd have been surprised. We do survive, actually. Okay. So we are able to get a Draco Meteor off in a Tatsugiri, and we do connect, so we are able to pick up the knock on the Tatsugiri, because it was Choice Scarf. We knew it wasn't Focus Sash, so beautiful. And then... Tauros in the back combined with... I mean, I still kind of need Hydreigon to beat the Tatsugiri, but... Or the Dondozo, actually. But I think it's alright at this point. Yeah, I think this should be alright. Let's see who they bring out. Is it Masquerada or not? Because if it's Masquerada... Yeah, it's Masquerada. So I think I just sack Amoonguss here, because I don't need Amoonguss too... I don't need Amoonguss anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna Spore the Palmot and go for a... Or try Pollen Puff, because I could put this in Aqua Jet range. I actually like the Pollen Puff play. Yeah, I like the Pollen Puff play. And we're gonna go for a Protect. Faint would be kind of annoying, but it's all... I don't think they're faint. They revealed Revival Blessing. You turn into... Which slot? Okay, in a Hydreigon. That works for me. Actually, that should just allow me to guarantee when they close combat. So yeah, I think they're in Aqua Jet range, but I'm pretty sure that this is just a safe play of me going out into my Talonflame here. Yeah, I think Talonflame's super safe. I can go for a Flare Blitz in the Palmo slot and pick up the KO that way. And then afterward, yeah, I mean, I don't really see that much here for them. I could also just go Tauros and Aqua Jet here. which I also think is like a pretty safe option. The only problem with the Aqua Jet play is they could switch out Palmot into Dondozo, so I'd rather go Talonflame here, actually. Yeah, I'd rather just go Talonflame here. The reason I'm going to go Talonflame here is because I can go for a Flare Blitz right here into the Palmot slot, and I'm just going to go out into the Tauros. The reason I'm going to make this play is because I like the idea of just getting the KO onto Palmot. I don't think they're going to make the Dondozo play nearly as easily because I can Brave Bird to Meowscarada, and if I Brave Bird to Meowscarada Draco Meteor, they do lose the game, so I don't think they would really want to risk it. I get the Intimidate off. U-Turn's really not doing anything to these Pokemon. So I do get the Flare Blitz off into the Palmot, which is able to pick up the knockout. Beautiful. And now I can go for a Tailwind Close Combat to finish off the Meowscarada the next turn if they attempt to Sucker Punch. And if they don't Sucker Punch, I'm just going to go for a Flare Blitz, because Dondozo should not be able to win against the rest of my team. They go for a U-Turn and Talonflame to break the Gale Wings. Okay. Since it's a Rock Slide Dondozo, it can't set up anything. So I think I'm like completely safe right here. Let's see. And the thing is, they would have to lock themselves into Sucker Punch too, which is very awkward. And yeah, the Dondozo being like only 50%. I want to save Hydreigon just so I could Dark Pulse it in the end game. But yeah, it should be Choice Banded on the Meowscarada. And it can't be Focus Sash. Well, it could be Focus Sash, but realistically, I don't expect it to be. I'm just going to Tail in Close Combat. It's super safe here into the Meowscarada. If you're Choice Scarf, then that's a shocker. But yeah, they didn't Sucker Punch. I'm able to get the Tailwind up. A Close Combat is super safe here into the Meowscarada to pick up the knockout. So Meowscarada goes down. And that should seal up the game 100% now, because I went for that play because it avoids the Sucker Punch. They're forced to target the Talonflame with the Dondozo, most likely a Rock Slide, and that's all right here. They can't even hit my Tauros for much because of the Unaware ignoring my defense drops. And now Hydreigon just comes in. I click Dark Pulse Close Combat, and that guarantees the game. So pretty happy with how I played this. Even though I think the Terra might have been like a little bit of a shocker right here, but I just really didn't need the Terra in this matchup. Other than if it was like a Terra Flying Dondozo, then I would have probably went for the Terra with my Amoonguss potentially, if I was already weakened at that point and I couldn't get an Intimidate off into the Dondozo so I could get Spore off. But otherwise, yeah, it was more of a defensive play that I would use for the Dondozo option. Close Combat going to come out. And yeah, Close Combat's doing too much as well, so Dark Pulse will finish off the Dondozo. And that is the Dondozo answer right here. Goodbye. Get the critical hit with the Scope Lens, but yeah, the power I really like of the Tauros Intimidate. I really like Amoonguss, Hydreigon, of course, as well. And Talonflame is really good because I can go for Tailwind. It's also really good against like Meowscarada and good against the cleanup. No Sylveon was also just really nice not to handle. Talonflame, Sylveon, Meowscarada, the Glimmora, Dondozo, Tatsugiri. Okay, I am very... Okay, Emilio's team, which is really strong here. Gotta figure out how I'm beating this. I have a few options, but it's pretty difficult. So I think I want to go with my... I definitely need Hydreigon. That's for sure. Hydreigon's necessary. Amoonguss is necessary, I think, for the Rage Powder, but it might not be. It might be Glimmora here. I can see myself going Glimmora straight away just to handle the Sylveon. I kind of like that. I like Hydreigon Glimmora actually more, with Talonflame and Amoonguss in the back. I just don't think Tauros is that great against this team. It really doesn't accomplish me anything. There's not really like a Sash to really follow up other than the Tatsugiri, which I think is like very manageable. The Glimmora with Dazzling Gleam is pretty much one of the big threats that I want to try to figure out. If I can like set up my Hydreigon, I think I'm in a really good position to win the game with the Focus Energy, but it's like supporting that. And I think like I have the tools. It's just going to be very difficult here. Sylveon Talonflame is not surprising here. Okay. Which is really good actually for my Hydreigon plus Glimmora part. Okay. Very nice. I got one part right. Now let's try to figure out the rest. I'm going to protect the Hydreigon, and I am just going to go for a Sludge Bomb or Power Gem. I think Sludge Bomb always makes sense to me. Okay. I want to scout for a Sylveon Terra immediately. I don't think they're going to go for the Terra Fire immediately, unless they want to read the Terra Steel, and like that would be pretty nuts, but we'll see what they decide to go for. I need Talonflame around, and I need to make sure I get one focus energy up with Hydreigon here. So we protect our Hydreigon here. We're going to see Tailwind. Sylveon protects. That's fine. It's like the worst you do is what? Brave Bird. Tailwind is fine too. So like if we still have the Tailwind turns, that works for me too. I wonder if they brought no Dondozo Tatsugiri combination. I feel like you would against my team, but maybe not. I could see Meowscarada in the back, but I am going to go out into Amoonguss here. Amoonguss is super safe. I should be able to tank the Brave Bird. Not amazing, but it's all right because Amoonguss is able to... I mean, the Talonflame is a Covert Cloak set, so it's not like doing a massive amount of damage. I think I live a Hyper Voice. Do they go for the Terra Blast immediately? Or not Terra Blast. Yeah, the Terra Blast immediately, I guess, is the question. If they go for the Terra Fire. So, I mean, Sludge Bomb's still going to do a lot to Sylveon. I think it might be still a 2-shot. It looks like that's going to be the case. Okay. They go for the Terra Fire. That's cool, because my Hydreigon's actually, like, more useful. Once I put this in Sludge Bomb, Brave Bird is actually really scary for them, too. So, I am A-okay with this trade-off right now. All right. They go for a Will-O-Wisp here. Okay. So no Brave Bird is actually really good for me. Did they Hyper Voice? So they're going for residual damage. That's cool. Hyper Voice. All right. Yeah, I'm able to take that extremely well. I'm able to get a Sludge Bomb off. They do get the boost here with the Throat Spray, but that's all right. And I get a Sludge Bomb off into the Sylveon. Very nice damage. Okay. So that's in Brave Bird range, which is actually really ideal. Now I think I protect my Amoonguss and just Sludge Bomb the Talonflame slot. Because Sylveon might protect here. If it doesn't protect, it's actually really awkward. They might also double up my Amoonguss with Terra Blast here. I just want to try to get my Talonflame in for free next to Hydreigon. That would be the main goal right here. Yeah, that'd be the main goal. They actually switch out Sylveon. Is this Dondozo Tatsugiri combination? No, Meowscarada. Okay, they didn't bring Dondozo Tatsugiri. That makes this a little bit harder, but it's manageable. Okay, we protect. So a Sludge Bomb into the Talonflame. Okay, this is still pretty good. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. Because I'm able to get a Sludge Bomb off into the Talonflame. Yeah, very good damage. Can't get poison because of the Covert Cloak, but that's actually really ideal. Okay, I think... that means back Pokemon is probably their own Glimmora, which means I 100% need my own Glimmora here. 100%. Okay. I get Terra here, but I don't really think that's necessary. I should have one Brave Bird with Amoonguss. So I think I go for a Pollen Puff into the Meowscarada, and I think I swap out in a Hydreigon. And I think this is okay here. So the plan here is to absorb a knockoff or Flower Trick with the Glimmora slot and then KO the Meowscarada here. They go for Taunt, which is actually really ideal because I am able to pick up the knockout into the looks like the Meowscarada for free, which is really good here. Yeah, they knock off my choice specs, but or scope lens, but this is perfectly fine because I get the knockout to Meowscarada, and getting the knockout to Meowscarada is just so huge. No Sucker Punch endgame. No Sucker Punch endgame is just a huge one. Okay. Meowscarada goes down, and it has to be Glimmora in the back. I'm trying to figure out who I Terra. Sylveon going to come in. Which, it should be Brave Bird and Hyper Voice. I'm going to Pollen Puff my Hydreigon slot, and I'm going to go out into my Talonflame. You might be wondering, why am I going for this play? One, this could be Hyper Voice. But two, I think this is a really safe play unless they go for a sub here, which they could. But I think that Talonflame is just super safe right now. And I think they might want to try to knock out the Amoonguss as quick as possible. So let's see if this is the case. I want to bring out the Amoonguss, bring out the Talonflame. They do set up Tailwind here. The question is, did you Hyper Voice? Because if you Hyper Voice, I get the free Pollen Puffs, I get the Gale Wings up. And if you Terra Blast, that's fine too. Did you Terra Blast in the Hydreigon or Amoonguss? They went for the Hydreigon because they read the Terra Steel. Yeah, I didn't want to Terra Steel because of that. Okay, beautiful. That's actually such an amazing turn for me because I'm able to get Pollen Puff into the Talonflame right now. And now I threaten the Sylveon knockout, which is pretty big. I could also go for my own Tailwind, which isn't a bad play either, but I don't see a reason why I wouldn't just Pollen Puff here and just Brave Bird the Sylveon slot. So they give me the Sylveon. Okay, beautiful. Brave Bird comes out, knocks out the Sylveon. Amazing, amazing here. So Sylveon does go down, and the Talonflame can go for Brave Bird. It's going to knock itself out to recoil. And then I think I win the game with my Glimmora combined with my Hydreigon, because they can only lock themselves into one move. So we're going to see Brave Bird come out into who? Going to be into Amoonguss. And yeah, Amoonguss, as you can see, because the Talonflame isn't that offensive, I'm just able to tank the Brave Bird right here. And now I get a Pollen Puff into my own Talonflame. Do I get the Gale Wings healing? Do I get the Gale Wings back, I mean? Because I don't remember how much recoil. Yeah, okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Amoonguss shakes off the taunt. Should be Glimmora in the back, but if it's anything else, I should have this sealed. So, yeah, Glimmora does come out, which was really good against my team, but thankfully did have quite a few ways to handle it. Let's see. I sack the Amoonguss here. I think I just go for a Spore into Glimmora and I just protect my Talonflame because I can always just Tailwind Earth Power for the game. Yeah, and they already tear it, so I just go Glimmora afterward. I click Tailwind, I go for Earth Power, and I guarantee the win. They can't lock themselves into a move either. That's like great for them. Earth Power, Power Gem, whatever. I have a resist for something on their team. So yeah, very happy with how I played that end game especially. Oh, we got Geo, Dragonite, Talonflame, Yaskarada, the Tauros with Gothitelle and Gholdengo. This is the team who used to get top 8 at the San Diego Regional Championships. So pretty interested in how this matchup goes. I don't remember super specifics about his team. So yeah, I'm pretty interested right here. I do like the Glimmora here. They really don't have a good switch to Glimmora. Was there always a Meowscarada on this team? I can't remember. Okay. I think Glimmora Talonflame is still really good though as a lead. I do really like it here. A Gholdengo isn't bad as a lead, but of course they could lead the fire Pokemon plus Gothitelle, and that would be a little bit rough to deal with. So I think Glimmora here is pretty safe. Glimmora plus like, I could lead like Glimmora Gholdengo here, which isn't terrible, but I don't really like it too much. So I think I'm going to try out... Oh man, there's a lot of Pokemon I could bring here. I think Hydreigon's not being brought here. I think it's probably... I do like Talonflame and Glimmora though. It's really solid here, I think, into the team. And in the back, I like Tauros and Gholdengo. I feel like there's a lot of ways I can approach this, right? Because I feel the Gothitelle is going to be a little bit difficult to handle, but I'm trying to figure out, like, do I lead Gholdengo for that specific reason, or do I just try to commit the lead, break through the partner, and then I should be able to handle it? Because that I could also see myself going for. Let's find out what Geo decides to go for here. Toxic Spikes, does it affect his team really? He has a Talonflame, which I don't know if he brings, but we'll see. Tauros Dragonite. Okay, I am pretty happy about this lead, actually. Okay. So I lead Glimmora plus the Talonflame right here. And I wonder if they go for Extreme Speed immediately or not. Brave Bird is, of course, really threatening. Tauros is pretty good here because it is... Tauros is really good here as a switch. I like the Tauros switch for the Glimmora. I think I am going to go out into the Tauros here for the Glimmora. I want a double swap here. I'm just worried that they go for the Earthquake. I think Gholdengo is an okay... Actually, yeah, I think this is an okay mid-ground. I do think this is an okay mid-ground because I don't really see like how they really hard punish this. And if they Earthquake their own Gothitelle, right? Which is not bad for me either. So they do retreat to Tauros. I don't know what's coming in. Is it Talonflame? Yaskarada. Okay. This is still not bad for me though. Actually, that would have taken a Brave Bird. I would have really liked to get that Brave Bird off, but it's all right. Into my Tauros we go. Let's see if they went for like E-Speed immediately. This might be E-Speed actually, because E-Speed makes a lot of sense if you go Meowscarada to avoid the Brave Bird and go for the Terra Normal. And yeah, it looks like that's the case. Okay. That's pretty good for me. I will gladly take that. Okay. So Dragonite already revealed it is going to have its Terra right here. Okay, perfect. They did go for the E-Speed. Perfect. All right. And now I can go for a few things. Make It Rain isn't bad here. I could go out in a Talonflame. I think Talonflame for the Tauros makes a lot of sense to me because I can Brave Bird the following turns. I could close combat, or I could Raging Bull the Dragonite slot too. But of course, there is a Meowscarada, which is pretty threatening. So I think Talonflame makes the most sense to me. It's a question of what am I doing with the Gholdengo? Do I want to Make It Rain, or do I want to Shadow Ball? Because both aren't bad here. I think Make It Rain is pretty good here. So I think I just go for the Make It Rain. So let's retreat to Tauros. I'm pretty sure that the Dragonite is always switching out here into their own Tauros. I just don't know what the Meowscarada is doing. Yeah, we see the Dragonite retreat. So this is Tauros. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, Gholdengo. Okay, I can Flare Blitz that slot too, so I do not mind this either. Masquerada protects. Okay. So I don't really feel like that this is a bad option from me here. I do go for the Make It Rain. Okay. I wonder. You're gonna go for Shadow Ball? Because I think Flare Blitz into Gholdengo is pretty safe here. Yeah, I like Flare Blitz into Gholdengo. And I like Nasty Plot here a lot. And I mean a lot. Because I think Meowscarada probably switches here. Because I think Dragonite's a super safe play and protect Gholdengo. So you can go for like Extreme Speed the following turns. Yeah, I kind of like this. I'm going to Nasty Plot in Flare Blitz. They retreat to Gholdengo actually. Not the Meowscarada. Okay, unfortunate for me. Tauros, good play on his part. That means a knockoff is coming out into which slot though? I don't think it's too bad though. We'll see. Flare Blitz into the Tauros. Not bad damage. Was really hoping it would go Dragonite and protect there. Okay. Knockoff into the Gholdengo. Makes sense. Doesn't do too much. It's not a KO after the following, but yeah, obviously not super ideal. We do go for the Nasty Plot here. I mean, you can't pick up the knockout into my Talonflame, which is pretty big. They get the special attack boost, but it's not really that big of a deal. I could go for Tailwind here, I guess. Because he doesn't have Tailwind. I could Shadow Ball. Which isn't a bad play here, actually. Yeah, I could Tailwind and Shadow Ball the Tauros. I kind of like that. If I can get rid of Tauros, that's really good here. Oh, is this a Dragonite double? Really good play on his part. All right. Oh man, he's getting me here. He's getting me. All right. I did go for a Shadow Ball. I could have went for a Make It Rain, which wouldn't have been bad here. But yeah, that's a really good play on his part. Goes for a knockoff again into Gholdengo, which I should survive. Yeah, barely. This is kind of weird now. I think my play is to always go Glimmora here, I suppose. Because this should be E-Speed. I wish I got the Toxic Spikes up earlier. I guess I should scout for what Meowscarada does here into the Gholdengo. I'm retreating to Glimmora. If you protect EQ here, you are... Oh, man. He's on another level if he goes for that. Protect the Gholdengo. Okay, it's just E-Speed. Perfect. So, Glimmora should tank this just okay. Yep. I'm able to live 2, which is ideal here. I am able to get the Toxic Spikes. Okay. Did you double that slot or not? You went for Sucker Punch. Okay, that makes sense. So I want a Sludge Bomb here to Meowscarada for sure. And I want a Nasty Plot again, actually. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of Nasty Plotting again. This should be like Extreme Speed, maybe Sucker. Oh yeah, especially if he tries to anticipate my Gholdengo switching out. And yes, okay, I finally caught him on a move here. I'm able to get a Sludge Bomb off into the Meowscarada. Okay. If we get the poison, that's huge, but we'll see. Did we get the poison? No poison. All right. We get a Nasty Plot off. Beautiful. Okay. Game is not over by far. Game is not over by far. It is still a little bit difficult, but yeah, it is still manageable. I think I go for the Choice Spec Sludge Bomb into the Dragonite, and I kind of want to go for Make It Rain now, because I don't know if he's going to Sucker Punch the Gholdengo or double up my Glimmora. He might double up my Glimmora slot. I'm just going to go for Make It Rain. We'll see. Because I still get big damage regardless, and then I think Tauros comes in and it's like in a really safe spot. So let's find out if that's going to be the case. I also kind of need to start breaking through the Dragonite. Sucker Punch into... Okay, he did target the Gholdengo this time. Ooh, I was really hoping he would double the Glimmora, reading like another Nasty Plot or something, but that, I mean, it's still okay. I guess Sludge Bomb off into the Dragonite. It's probably Tauros here. Because I get Intimidate off into the Dragonite. Yeah, this is okay. Maybe it's not. I think I do need to swap out the Glimmora. I think I have to go Talonflame here. And I think I need to get like an Aqua Jet into the Meowscarada. Or do I close combat to Dragonite? I really kind of want to close combat to Dragonite, but I'm like super far behind at this point. But I could see the Meowscarada being safe. Should it? Because Aqua Jet always just KOs the Meowscarada. You know what? Let's just try. Dang, I should really go for my gut next time. Okay. Gholdengo? Tauros, all right. I should, but at least on the bright side, there is a bright side. Somehow there's a bright side, and that's the fact that Meowscarada will be taking the Toxic Spikes damage every turn as well. So I just need to keep one of Glimmora Talonflame alive so I can Flare Blitz or Earth Power the other slot. But dang, I keep getting the calls wrong on this. Oh, the double swap is actually okay for me. No, this is actually really good for me. I'll take it. Yeah, this is really good for me. Okay. I'll gladly take this because the Talonflame double helps me so much right here. I'm able to get the Aqua Jet into the Tauros. Beautiful. And there's no swap, but one problem is that the Dragonite is actually pretty concerning. So I think I protect with both. And the reason I protect with both is because I want to scout for protect from the Gholdengo right here. Did he actually go hard Dragonite? Did he actually go hard Dragonite? No way. Okay, Meowscarada is fine. Sucker Punch no way KOs my Talonflame in one shot. Actually, the poison. Oh, okay. So he kind of accomplishes the same thing with this play. All right. Huh. Okay. Go for the double protect. Gholdengo went for the protect and failed. Dang, now I wish I went for the Flare Blitz instead because I thought it was going to be like try to sack the Tauros, but that makes a lot of sense too. Meowscarada was always just going down in one turn and couldn't really do anything. All right, this should be Dragonite coming in. I wonder if I KO Dragonite with one close combat. If I do with the poison damage, I think I always win. I think we gotta... I already protected the Talonflame though, so... Oh boy. I need to figure this out. Okay, I think I have to go into Glimmora here. Because I think Talonflame is just so necessary. I think I have to Terra and close combat the Dragonite. But does Dragonite double? I think this is the question. Does Dragonite double? Because I can see Dragonite double into their own Tauros here. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to call that. I'm going to Flare Blitz Raging Bull. Oh, man. I hope he doubles. No! I thought he was going to double because if I switch to Glimmora in close combat, I think I actually win this. Oh, that's such a shame. I was really trying to over anticipate because I thought the Tauros made a lot of sense with the Intimidate, and then I could have just went Glimmora. I could have went for the close combat Dragonite, and then Talonflame comes back in. And since his Gholdengo, I'm pretty sure is like timid. I'm pretty sure like I always KO it afterwards. So, oh, that's just an auto lose now because I didn't target the Dragonite slot. So here comes a Raging Bull, I guess, into the Gholdengo, but it's nowhere near enough damage. Yeah, Thunderbolt also. Man. I needed to close combat the Dragon. I switched to Glimmora. I should have doubted myself, but I thought the Tauros play made a lot of sense because the Talonflame's at -2. You should live an attack, and then you should live the Flare Blitz, and then you get a KO with like Make It Rain or Thunderbolt right there. I was really hoping to try and catch him on that. Okay. The Glimmora comes out, but I already lose to Extreme Speed Dragonite, but the game, even though he was beating me for most of the part and me getting the calls wrong, it was still very doable. I'm pretty sure that I just need to get one of the calls right, but he played that extremely well. Oh, dude. Man, I just needed to catch the Tauros in on the right call, but he made some really good switches throughout the match, especially that Meowscarada sack, especially because the Talonflame had already protected. I really do wish I went to Glimmora though and went for close combat, man, because it was super close. Let's go over the games. The game one, the lead was great, and being able to not worry about the Dondozo and position my Hydreigon into a great spot, including the Terra on the Icy Wind, allowing a crucial knockout on the Tatsugiri, was invaluable. Game 2, Glimmora was a solid lead into my opponent, and no Dondozo allowed me to play more aggressive with my tools, as I felt that I was in a comfortable spot after KOing the Meowscarada and positioning the knockout into Sylveon with the Brave Bird from Talonflame. Finally, Game 3, Geo got me on so many different turns. However, the game was very winnable, and I didn't feel like I was that down. There were many positions where I could have called the switch but failed to do so, including mind games with Sucker Punch, especially with the Meowscarada, that if I got right would have let me win the game. I could have thought about these turns more carefully, as for instance, I could have switched in Tauros on the Meowscarada Sucker Punch for the Gholdengo, as I kept Gholdengo around to not get swept by the endgame Extreme Speed while threatening close combat into the Dragonite or Aqua Jet into the Meowscarada that was at 1 HP, which would have been very crucial. Man, that game against Gio was so close and I wouldn't have it any other way. But yes, this team was really fun to pilot at the San Diego Regional Championship, and I had a lot of fun. If you do want to try out the team, the rental code is on your screen, and you can check out down below in the description the details of the team. And of course, why not check out the team builder video? So if you want to know my thought process on how I made the team, make sure you go check out that video. But otherwise, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content.